What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today is my January TBR pile. It is a big one. We have 10 books on that stack and I'm hoping that I can finish more than that because I'm trying to win a team reading competition in my book club. So I'm pulling out the big guns this month. There are so many good books in my TBR for this month. I don't know how it happened, but there's only one book that is actually from the library, and it's because it's a monthly read in my book club. But other than that, all these other books are ones that I either own or some of my friends sent to me to read, or they're part of like this book voyage thing that we do in my book club where it's kind of like our own library, and so I have some of those that were requested from there. My goal for 2019, number one, is to read 100 books. I'm actually ending this year with 75 books, which is great because that's what my goal was, and so I upped my goal to 100. And I'm really hoping that I can like start this new year off with like a huge bang. My other goal that I'm doing for reading is to read all of the books that I currently own or have been sent to me by friends or whoever. And so my whole TBR is kind of like reading those books. They're all great ones though, but trying to read those books. And then I have probably about 30 more that I like own or someone sent to me. And so I'm going to be reading those over the next couple months. And then after that, I'm only going to be reading books that I can currently get at the library, or if a friend wants to like send it to me to borrow. I am not going to be buying any books this year because #budget life, but I'm super excited to see because my library is pretty good. Like we do get newer books, I might just have to wait for them. So I'm trying to keep like a list of books that might be like the most anticipated for me, and that way as soon as I see them at the library, I can throw a hold on it and hopefully not have to be like, you know, the 45th in position or something like that. The first one is actually going to be a readathon that I'm doing on January 1st, and it is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This book was actually released a few weeks ago, I believe, and I bought the Kindle version because I was so incredibly excited. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, then you must not know that I'm obsessed with Colleen Hoover's books. And so I bought the Kindle version even though I'm not really an ebook type of person. And one of my friends from my book club, Andrea, was just so nice. She surprised me for Christmas with this actual like physical copy, and I just cannot wait. Like there's just something I love about, you know, actually having an actual book in my hand, and I love being able to look to see like how far I am. So we're doing a readathon and discussing it because I hear that this is just a crazy psychological romance thriller, I believe, and I just cannot wait. So this is going to be read on January 1st. I'm going to read and finish it that day, and I just like, this has literally been on my pile for a couple of weeks, and I just keep staring at it because I want to read it so entirely bad, and I have not heard one bad review about this book. Like I am just so entirely stoked. This book is about Verity, who is like an actual author, I believe, best-selling author Verity Crawford, and I think I heard from some other people's reviews is that she's like in a coma, so she's not like quite there. But this other person, Lowen, is a struggling writer and I guess moves into Verity's house in order to try and like finish this series that she's writing for her or about her or something like that. And she uncovers this like manuscript with like a lot of Verity's like secrets. And I guess also she's kind of, this Lowen girl is falling in love with Verity's husband and kind of wants to reveal these secrets so that he kind of like leaves his wife. I don't know. A lot of people actually said that there's not a huge amount of romance in this book and it is more of a psychological thriller, but I love Colleen Hoover's romances anyway, so I think I would be happy no matter which way it goes. But I just cannot wait to read this book. Like, cannot wait. Now the second book I'm going to read is The Lies We Told by Camilla Way. I've actually had this like on my list for a while. It's a book of the month pick that I picked, I don't even know how many months ago. So I finally want to get to reading it. And I'm actually going to be doing a buddy read with a few of my friends. So we're going to be starting this and hopefully reading it throughout the whole month. I don't know much about this one. I'll actually read the synopsis really quick. Beth has always known there was something strange about her daughter Hannah, the lack of emotion, the disturbing behavior, the apparent delight in hurting others. Sometimes Beth is scared of her and what she could be capable of. I hope this isn't like a Baby Teeth novel because that book was not very good. Luke comes from the perfect family with the perfect parents, but one day he disappears without a trace and his girlfriend Clara is desperate to discover what has happened to him. As Clara digs into the past, she realizes that no family is truly perfect and uncovers a link between Luke's long-lost sister and a strange girl named Hannah. Now Luke's life is in danger because of the lies once told and the secrets once kept. Can Clara find him before it's too late? So this is a dark psychological suspense, and that sounds like something I would like. So, and also, I mean, look how beautiful that cover is. Beautiful. So can't wait to read this. Now on my list is The Woman in the Window, and I've actually heard a lot of good things about this. I think this was released at the beginning of 2018, and I actually did start reading, like, I think I might have gotten to like 10 pages at the beginning of the year, and I just wasn't in the right mood to read it. So this is the monthly read for my book club, and so that's one of the reasons why I decided to pick it up again. Plus, I've heard a lot of more people's reviews, and they did say that they really liked it, so I'm excited to, like, you know, maybe get into this one. Anna Fox lives alone, a recluse in her New York City home, unable to venture outside. She spends her days drinking wine, maybe too much, watching old movies, recalling happier times, and spying on her neighbors. Then the Russells move into the house across the way, a father, a mother, their teenage son, the perfect family. But when Anna, gazing out her window one night, sees something she shouldn't, her world begins to crumble, and its shocking secrets are laid bare. What is real? What is imagined? Who is in danger? Who is in control? So this is a thriller, and I guess it's this lady that, like, just really likes to people watch, but you never know if it's a real thing because she, like, drinks too much and stuff. So I think this might be turning into a movie. I forget, but it does actually sound pretty good. I love, like, kind of a stalkerish kind of book, so exciting. Now I'm hoping to get to Cross Her Heart. This is another book of the month pick that I had for a while, and I'm pretty sure this was in, like, my November or December TBR, and I just never got to it. So I'm not going to really talk much about it because I've already talked about it. If I do read it this month, I will put it in my wrap up so that way you can learn more about it. This is a thriller, and this is by the author of Behind Her Eyes, which I have read and I did enjoy, but I did hear that people enjoyed this book a little bit less than her first book, so I'm curious to see if it's going to be something I like. And the next book I'm reading is The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor. This actually is one that I'm borrowing currently, so I might have to send it back before I'm finished, but I think it might be at the library, so I'll be able to get it there. So this is about a boy and his friends who draw these, like, stick chalk figures in order, like, it's kind of like their secret code, so they kind of warn each other if there's any bullies nearby. But within the secret code, they find this, like, chalk stick figure that kind of, like, sends them into the woods, I believe, and they find a dead person. And then it fast forwards to later on in life, and again they're receiving more of these, like, chalk stick figure things, and so it's this, like, mystery slash, I guess, I don't know if it's like a ghostly type of story, but it sounds a little spooky. And then Our House, I actually am pretty sure that I had this in a different TBR video, but I never got around. Well, I think I read like a quarter of it, and then I ended up having to, like, return it and couldn't get it back. Now this was actually sent to me by a friend, so I do have this copy for now. It's about, I guess, a husband and wife that are going kind of through a divorce, and it ends up that, like, the husband and the kids go missing. And I think I heard really good things about this one. It should be a pretty fairly easy read. It doesn't seem too long, so I don't know, I have so many, like, thrillers this month. I hope that I can keep up with all these thrillers. Then the next book, this is again another book of the month, Nine Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty. I think that's how you say her name. I've actually read a bunch of her other books, but my absolute favorite was Big Little Lies. Like, nothing compares to Big Little Lies. I just loved it so, so much. I am excited for this book, but I did see people giving it some not so great stars and ratings. I've heard that, like, the first half is really good and the second half isn't as great, but I thought this was kind of a good read for January because it talks about these people that want to build new habits, and they go to this, like, I don't know, resort or whatever, so they can become, like, better people. I don't know, maybe this is the wrong thing. Yeah, 9 people gather at a remote health resort. Some are here to lose weight, some are here to get a reboot on life, some are here for reasons they can't even admit to themselves. So I guess it goes through just, like, all of these different people and how they're connecting. So I'm actually pretty excited to read this. I hope that I like it. I really hope, and it is a fairly big book, so I don't want to waste my time reading it, but yeah, I'm hoping. And the next one is She Was the Quiet One by Michelle Campbell. Now, I actually read her book, It's Always the Husband. I think I read it, like, I think it's one of the last books I read in, like, 2017, or I think I read it, yeah, in December. And so This is only the second book that I'm ever reading by her, but I'm hoping that I enjoy this one. So this is the story of two sisters, one murder, and a plot that will keep you guessing. For Rose, enrolling in a prestigious New England boarding school is the opportunity of a lifetime. But for Rose's vulnerable twin sister, Belle, Odell Academy is a place of temptation and danger. When Belle falls in with a crowd of wild rich kids who pressure her into hazing Rose, the sisters' relationship is shattered. Rose turns to her dorm mother, Sarah, for advice, but Belle turns to Sarah's husband, Heath, a charismatic and ambitious teacher. Is Heath trying to help Belle or take advantage of her? And can Sarah trust the husband who seems to believe that the end justifies the means? Ooh. In a world of privilege, seduction, and manipulation, only one sister will live to tell the truth. That sounds really good. I might have to put this at the beginning of my pile and like read this after I read those other first two books. That sounds amazing. And then my last two books for my TBR pile are actually both Evelyn books. So we'll start out with this one, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I actually don't know too much about this book. I just know that a lot of people liked it. So let's go ahead and look at the synopsis here if I can find it. Evelyn Hardcastle will be murdered at 11 p.m. There are 8 days and 8 witnesses. We will only let you escape once you tell us the name of the killer. Understood? Then let's begin. Evelyn Hardcastle will die every day until Aiden Bishop can identify her killer and break the cycle. But every time the day begins again, Aiden wakes up in the body of a different guest, and some of his hosts are more helpful than others. Interesting. It kind of sounds like the like Happy Death Day movie, if you've seen that. It's a huge, well, not huge, but it's a bigger book, but I'm excited. I'm actually, yeah. That sounds like something I've never kind of read before. Then the other Evelyn book, The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hugo, or Ugo, I'm not sure how you say it. Another book of the month. I'm trying to catch up on these because I canceled book of the month for my budget year. Now this one, I have heard absolutely amazing things from every single person that has ever read it. A lot of people say it's like their all-time favorite book. And so this is going to be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. It's about a Hollywood movie icon, Evelyn, finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique for the job, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Why her? Why now? So this is talking about like the 1950s up to the 1980s. She has 7 husbands along the way, and just everything that has happened to her, I guess, in like the, you know, Hollywood type of life. So very interesting. I don't know, like so many people have said they liked it, so I feel like I should like it, but just kind of reading the synopsis doesn't make me be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to read this book. So I guess we'll see. That is it. That is my whole entire pile for January, and I'm hoping that I can get some more read in there. I don't know. I better be, I guess I gotta read, what, like 3 a week or something like that? I can do it. Have faith in me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!